Can I ask you something? And I want you to be really honest with yourself. Do you ever feel old, not in your bones, but in your soul? Like you're a 25-year-old with the spirit of an 80-year-old who has seen things. You go to a party and everyone's laughing about some silly drama, and you just can't. You're smiling, you're nodding, but inside you're somewhere else, because you're carrying the weight of things they can't even imagine. You feel things too deeply. A sad song can wreck your whole week. A stranger's mean comment in the comments section feels like a personal attack. You have what I call an emotional hangover, the day after a difficult conversation or after watching a heavy movie. You just feel drained, hollowed out. If you're nodding along right now, feeling a little bit seen, a little bit exposed, welcome. You just found a video for your secret club, the club for people who have gone through too much. And today, let's talk about what that really means, not from a textbook, but from the inside. So, what's the first rule of our club? We develop a superpower that we never ever wanted. I call it Emotional Sonar. You know how a bat uses sonar to see in the dark? That's you. You walk into a room and your brain is instantly mapping out the emotional landscape. You can feel who's upset, who's pretending to be happy, who's secretly anxious. You pick up on the silent arguments, the forced smiles, the tiny shifts in energy that everyone else is completely oblivious to. It's an incredible skill, right? But it came from a terrible place. It's not a gift, it's a defense mechanism. Your nervous system had to become an expert threat detector to keep you safe. Maybe it was a chaotic childhood. Maybe it was a toxic relationship. Maybe it was profound loss. Whatever it was, your brain learned to scan for danger, and now it can't turn off. And the cost? It's exhausting. It's like running a diagnostic program on a computer 24/7. Your brain never gets to rest. You're constantly processing, constantly analyzing. This is why you might need so much alone time. It's not that you're antisocial, it's that you need to turn off the sonar before it drains your batteries completely. You see the world in high definition in surround sound when everyone else is watching on an old black and white TV. It's a beautiful, painful, overwhelming way to live. And it's our normal. Which brings us to the second and maybe the loneliest part of being in this club. The translator's dilemma. You are fluent in a language that most people don't even know exists. The language of trauma, of survival, of deep-seated pain. How do you explain to someone what it feels like to dissociate? To feel like you're floating above your own body, watching yourself live your life because being in it is just too much? How do you describe the specific kind of grief that comes from losing someone who is still alive? The mourning of a relationship that died long before it ended. You try to use the words, I feel anxious, I'm just tired, it's complicated, but they feel like cheap, flimsy translations for something so massive and complex inside you. It's like trying to describe the color blue to someone who has only ever seen black and white. So you stop trying. You learn to speak their language. You say, "I'm fine," when you're not. You laugh at the jokes you don't find funny. You become a master of code switching, of being the person they expect you to be. And this is where the wall comes from. It's not a wall to keep people out. It's a soundproof booth. Because you're tired of shouting your truth in a language no one understands. You crave someone who will just sit with you in the quiet without needing you to translate a single word. But here's the part they don't tell you. The part we need to talk about more. All that brokenness, all that pain, it doesn't just vanish, it gets transformed. We become alchemists. There's this Japanese art form called kintsugi. When a piece of pottery breaks, they don't try to hide the cracks. They repair it with lacquer mixed with powdered gold. They believe the piece is more beautiful for having been broken. You are the kintsugi bowl. Your history, your trauma, your pain, those are the cracks. And through the slow, agonizing process of healing, you've been filling them with gold. That's where your unshakable strength comes from. It's not a fake it till you make it strength. It's a quiet, "I have been to hell and back" strength. People panic about a flat tire. You're just calm, thinking, "I've handled worse, much worse." Your scale for what a real problem is has been permanently recalibrated. That's where your incredible empathy comes from. When a friend is hurting, you don't just offer sympathy. You offer a safe harbor because you know the storm. You can say the exact right thing because you've needed to hear it yourself. And most importantly, that's where your capacity for joy comes from. When you've spent years in dark, a single ray of sunlight feels like a religious experience. You don't just like things, you cherish them. A genuine deep belly laugh with a friend, a moment or feeling truly completely safe, the taste of your favorite food. These aren't just small pleasures, they are miracles. You have learned to find beauty in the wreckage, and that is a kind of wisdom most people will never, ever have. So, if you're in this club, I need you to hear me, really hear me. Stop apologizing for who you are. Stop feeling like you're too much. You're not too much. You are a whole, complex, deep universe. Your sensitivity is not a weakness. It's your greatest source of connection. Your sadness is not a flaw. It's the root of your compassion. Your past is not a liability. It is the very thing that has forged you into someone wise and resilient and breathtakingly alive. Don't ever let anyone make you feel like you need to be simpler, easier, less you. The world needs your depth. We need your ability to see what others miss. We need your heart that has been broken open. Because only a heart that's been broken can let in so much light. Your story is not something to overcome. It is your truth. And it is priceless. You are not broken. You are a vintage soul. You have a history. You have character. You have been filled with gold. And that is everything.